G'day friends and fans, and welcome to Tabletop News. I'm your host, the author, David Applegate. I love my tabletops, I really do. I love tabletop gaming. I love my role-playing games, and I've got a nice little collection of role-playing games. Now, excuse me for a moment while I check the stream, see how it's going. Rumble's changed the studio, so and so far it looks nice. It's working. It's given me more options, better screen sharing. It's just my computer's a little slow today, and I am really sorry if I'm not up to speed. But I'm going to try and keep an eye on the user chat while I am presenting to you the latest bundle of holding. Now, I'm just going to disappear and add to the stage. Ta-da! It works so smoothly. Now let's just check that the audio is still there. All right, I'm not muted. Am I muted? No, I'm not disabled. All right, now let's see. Am I muted? All right, now let's see. Am I muted? Good, it's all working. Sorry for this. It's the first time, and I've had audio problems in the past. And I'm just checking my audio levels. It seems to be fine. And mostly YouTube. It seems to be a big drop in the audio levels on YouTube. So I'm going to just up the mic a little bit. Rumble seems to be fine. So hopefully that's fine now. Okay. My favorite site is the Bundle of Holding. First up, we have campaign starters. This is a set of maps for role-playing from 0-1 games. These are campaign starters. Now, this is a huge collection of maps for $9.95. These are interactive files with floor plans. These are drafted and come with outposts and dragon set, hunting camps, a Arctic wasteland, fishing village, and more. You can hide the grids, show and hide hidden rooms, ships, decks. Now, like many bundles, if you pay above the threshold price of $20.66, you level up and get the entire bonus collection with 3 more sets. Now, in the campaign starter set, you pay the minimum price and get the following titles. Campaign starters. The campaign starter set has Dragon Rift, a small desert settlement, Iron Frost, a natural ice promontory in the Arctic, and Kraken Mouth, an ancient fishing village in a small harbour with an abandoned lighthouse. What could be lurking? Everywhere, of course. Dragon bookmarks and workbook. This is a collection of sidetrack adventure seeds complete with maps that also work as bookmarks within adventures you're running. These are literally bookmarks you can print. And you have a workbook. 48 templates to customize your bookmarks. They don't have room numbers because you add them. You sort them. You can add them however you like to your campaign. In the bonus collection, you beat the threshold price and you get bonus titles. So for $20.66 plus, you also get Dwarven Depths and the Abyss. This is a giant, fully mapped, customized Dwarven realm, and the Abyss is a ancestral ruins, lairs of dangerous demons of the past, primordial places of worship. All these are part of an ancient realm much older than the Dwarven Depths. There's a plethora of maps to go with. 298 pages. And just on this map set alone, you have a mega dungeon for $20. Not a bad price. Plus, you get all the extra. Now, the city-state of the Black Sun, 166 pages. Again, you have a mega dungeon, a hex crawl of epic proportions. In one of the oldest cities in the most violent and dangerous world, the city of Black Sun is a fortress in a semi-desert area by the Great River. The ruthless Lion King has ruled for the city for the last 3,000 years. Many believe him to be the avatar of Rokush, a divine winged lion made of fire. From his ziggurat, the Lion King controls the Black Sun, a mysterious device covered by geocetic dome of luminescent black crystal. It purifies the river's brackish water. The king also controls the distribution of the water through the elevated aqueducts to the city's district. Lo and behold, again, just 2, 3, 4, everything is on its own is worth it. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 for the price of 1, which is a phenomenal bargain. Each a weekend or more of multiple sessions. So you have fantastic hours of play right there. Now, it doesn't have to be D&D. It could be old school. It could be a modern crawl. It's all up to you. 1920s. Play Indiana Jones. You've got a whole bunch of them. Downward Crawl, Sky Crawl is a set of role-playing toolkits by Aaron A. Reed. A complete line that says you're the deep, deep down and the way high. Now, $14.95 is the complete collection. Downcrawl is a second edition of a delve into the deepest parts of the world, where you have a maze of amazing and strange scenes in the endless underground called the Deep, Deep Down. This is a journey system that gives you rules for structuring dangerous journeys between underworld places. Gather intel before your journey, which increases your odds of success. Manage your tack along the way to keep from getting lost. And, of course, there are encounters and a story. Both toolkits are compatible with any RPG system. Now, Downcrawl is the second edition revised rules. Next, we have Skycrawl. This is an airborne hex crawl of floating islands where weird villagers cling to rocky spheres lit by sapient suns. Brave souls voyage towards rootless mountains in far-flung orbits. And Sky Beast swim wild. Skycrawl gives you a strategic journey system, although it is strange, that enables you to run a hex crawl adventure. Now, 10 ports is exactly that. It's a Sky campaign with ports and a strange story indeed. Now, 3 adventures. These are Adventure zines. These are modules you can pay in chunks. Each is a detail of a larger story in the corresponding downcrawl. So you have printable cards, and as you play this journey, you flip over a card and find out what is new. You keep all cards face down until you need it, and then it might only be for you. So we have the Hypergariant solution. This is an investigation of a strange new slime. You ride the lava-powered railways deep underground and delve into the odd and curious corners of the deep, deep down. Second, where the rock stops. You've reached the lower depths of the down in the Clutch Lands. And there are cities and wildernesses that cling to the roof suspended over a black and monstrous void. Some think it's merely an oversized cavern, others call it the end of the world. Third, the drizzle drips. Rain has started to fall throughout the deep, deep down, an odd place, so far underground, yet here we are with flooded tunnels, mold-clogged streets that trouble travellers and common folk alike. There's a question on everybody's mind. What is the source? And what about this legendary beast that has passed through the underground seas? There's also an elemental ritual gone wrong. And you are on a quest to find out what is the muddy ways of the drizzle depths. Crawl on, dungeon crawlers. This is an amazing price for a massive crawl. And it's 20 weekends of crawling at least. Now, Mists of Akuma is a wonderful Eastern fantasy steampunk noir 5th edition tabletop role-playing game that's 2 campaign books, free adventures path, and various expansions and player aids. The starter collection is only $12.95. However, you level up, which I recommend you should. Explore the rebellion, the 24 secretive clans, the warrior classes, as they struggle to control the divided prefectures, as they war amongst themselves. There are tattooed monks, herbalists, steam-augmented Bushido bots, clockwork adepts, shapeshifters, spell swords, gun priests, warlocks, and more. However, you'll face a greater threat, the legendary mists that have swept the land, bringing monsters that corrupt all they touch. This is a game of survival. There are new diverse lineages and magics and more. It's a 5th edition. There's 2 bundles, right, in one. If you level up, which I recommend you do, pay the threshold price of $25.22 or more, you get the entire collection. In the starter collection, you get the Mists of Akuma, the 5th edition campaign book from 2017, and its anniversary edition 2024. 846 pages. It is packed with details. The lightning-powered ships pierce the skies, heralding an age of oppression that still marks the land. Defeated by soldiers wielding scientifically advanced weaponry, the warriors were defeated and drafted into a distant conflict. However, Hitoshi's rebellion a decade ago overthrew the foreign rule, but now a danger has appeared. The Mists of Akuma. This corrupting fog transforms victims into bloodthirsty Onai, monsters that seek living meat. Nobles have retreated countryside, leaving the Commonwealth folk to face the supernatural phase alone. The Emperor and his dynasty fear the very technology that might save the prefectures. However, as your world dies, corruption's everywhere, and only the devious or strong survive. The government agents they've deputized you to try and hold back the apocalypse and hold back New Try. Now, how has the dying world, crafted you? This is backgrounds and personalities of the Sodomin and ancestors, of course. Now, these are 20 short encounters, mini ventures arranged from 1 to 20, where you have encounters that explore the key themes of the mists. You have depravity, pragmatism, the stark divide between the rich and poor, the fear that pervades everyday life, the diverse races with or against each other, and of course, this is a first volume of 2. Now, the second appears in the bonus collection. Now, this is for originally D&D 5th edition, but trust me, you can make this old school if you want. Now, level up, which I recommend you do, you get the bonus collection. Now, the Mists of Akura Imperial Matchmaker is exactly that. It's an adventure around the matchmakers. Now, there's enmity events amongst clans. They've made a grand gesture to bring about peace. However, there are those who want to exploit it, those who want to make sure this union does not come to pass. Others want it to happen, and you must survive the cutthroat competition, the corrupting mists, the various forces trying to find a foothold in Soborn, and survive. The Imperial Matchmaker is a party of 4 to 6 characters for 3rd through to 12th level. It is an epic adventure with lots of maps. This is 40 maps, so that's a lot of role-playing right there. Now, the Trade War. This is, again, an adventure. This is the second of adventure paths where you can go from 3rd to 12th level, going through the past, a reign of agony, despair, and depth. In a looming crisis, the Immortals who treat the world as their game are gathering the agents of pawns, deploying unique warriors across the continents with mysterious goals. Your goal is to enter this game as a government agent in 6 prefixes. There's demons, gun-toting smugglers, mercenaries, and others who plague your journey. You may take part in mass battles, a race through an undead dungeon, and face an epic fight against an ancient evil on the Bone Tower. This is a multi-month campaign with new classes, new magics, new everything. Of course, maps. Beyond the Great Divide, another adventure path where the party goes through 3rd to 16th, compiles earlier modules, features demons and other adventures in 128 monsters in all, with magic items, a whole bunch of classes, and you start with an introductory adventure and continue on this epic with bloodsport festivals and discover the corruption. And there is more. This goes on. Right? There are multiple adventures and echoes of a terrible war that destroyed the world. Now, all of this is actually to uncover various mysteries. And ultimately, it comes, I suppose, to a head in Vigilettes. This is 20 additional encounters to help you learn about the world, the court, raiders, and more. Now, this is a sequel to the original collection in the first half of this overall collection. Now, this is a massive epic. And for the price, this is amazing for the price. Right, this is a mega dungeon for the price of a normal dungeon. Next up, we have Ninja Crusade. This is a ninja conspiracy martial arts adventure, complete second edition role-playing game from Third Eye Games. The Ninja Collection, $9.95, contains the core rules and everything you need to play as a ninja in a world of conspiracies and martial arts. There are 10 warring clans. Have overseen the rise and fall of many dynasties. However, there's a fate that have doomed your family. The Emperor is called the Ninja Crusade. His battalions are hunting and killing ninjas all through the Aizu Empire. To survive, the ninjas must band together, put aside your feud, and form a coalition and decide the fate of an empire. Now, this has unique light paths and, yes, everything you need for a storytelling game in this one set. So, in the core rulebook, second edition, you have ninjas, you have a war, pick your weapon, and battle for the fate of the empire. Now, this includes a quick start rule set and was a successful Kickstarter campaign. Source books: Emperor's Reign tells you about the secrets of the Aizu army. The Firebrands tells you everything you need to know about the various territories, trading methods, individual cultures. Truth and Lies. Learn more about the different clans, their hidden secrets, and martial arts, and more. Land of Cedar Blossom. Yeah. This is about the Aizu Empire, the nation of mostly peaceful. However, there were years of oppression and atrocities. Mistakes were made. But now is not the time for blame. And now you have an exploration of the nation, when you take control of the ninja from one of the 7 clans and go forth and be the spark of an uprising. It's an anti-fire simulator, everyone. All right, so you have a clan pack. It's about the clans. You've got masters of different realms, different techniques, and you also have political tricksters who are wonderful at public relations. Then you have the laughing bandits, who, the premier thieves, of course. And for the thrill of the hunt, you have beggars, the dregs of life. Learn how to survive at the very bottom of the empire. The lowest coalition is the rebellion. How dare you? All right. Next, we have Good Society. From January 2024, this is a role-playing game based on Jane Austen. Before you dismiss this interesting collection for only $17.95, which has extensive rules on etiquette, courtship, and the intrigues of high society, remember, this is a good LARP for murder mystery, for the premier thief to move through society, to remain undetected while preying on the perfect prize peaches who only seek to get their claws into your fortune. Lo and behold, you don't have one. It's their fortune you're after. And lo and behold, you have rulebooks for connections, a holiday playset. You have a fantasy world set in Pride and Prejudice. This could be an amazing thieves adventure, assassins, uh, the gentleman rogue, the feuding. You could go for feuding. So yeah, GTA got Jane Austen. Feuding. You have three competing men who are dueling and fighting over women and taking advantage and moving on. So you actually have something here beyond the initial presentation of the world of Jane Austen. And the rulebooks give you an amazing setting which you can actually use to build other campaigns, such as steampunk and Victorian era exploration and hex crawls of the world, and introduce themes and elements from 1883, a steampunk role-playing game. You could go cyberpunk. You could have a cyberpunk adventure where this is the grandiose, isolated world of the elites and their hoity-toity ways, which are totally disconnected from the rest of society. This has amazing potential, dear role player. And for just $17.95, you get the rulebook that gives you everything you need to know about the good society. Now, expanded acquaintances enables you to have various fantastic or mundane tales, with or without magic, where you have emotional struggles that drive society. Stories of ambition, obligation, yearning, and these are explored in various ways. And this enables you to have gentlemanly duels, mage duels, thieving, dealing with the servants, gossiping, spying, building networks to fund your adventures across the world, as to fund your mad science, or be your secret identity as the masked pimpernel who goes and saves the downtrodden and noble from the cruel and vicious Rose Pierre, the mass murderer of France, which he was, by the way. And Love and Longing. Well, every good romance scammer needs someone to romance scam, of course. So there's some amazing role-playing potential in this, way beyond just cup of tea, milady, and look at her without looking at her, if you know what I mean. Oh, yes. Nice, plump peaches there, madam. Oh, this is brought to you by you. Future Fantasy is my science fantasy setting for D6, and hopefully I should bring about some quick start rules and try and get some more material. I've had a major hard drive crash. I still haven't got my hard drive back. I've started to get some material recovered, and I'm starting to edit some material. And I should be able to really get some of the artwork. I've spoken to the artist. It's just taking time. But as for the maps, I can't. There's no recovery. I don't know what to do yet right now. Yeah. Right now, there's I had lots and lots of maps. And yeah, hopefully we'll see what happens there. But join for $1 a month and you support the channel. Get all the notifications. I do gaming, Shadowrun. Yeah. Now, when you buy from the bundle holding, this is, other than exclusive materials, these are all linked to your drive-through RPG account. And what do you mean you don't have one? Role players should have one. There's lots of free material. There's lots of discounts. If you subscribe to people, you get bundles. They do their own bundles now. So, and Shadowrun is expanding. It is alive again. It is no longer sitting on its hiney. But so far, yes, I am very disappointed in that I totally forgot the Shadowrun game was sold off and nothing is going to be done with it. It is an idle IP now. But Shadowrun itself is no longer an idle IP. And I do believe Mongoose is shopping, not Mongoose, sorry. Now I forget who's running Shadowrun, are looking to get Shadowrun tabletop because they did Boston. They did Boston. They tried to create Shadowrun Online. It was a little bit too ambitious, and yeah, they should have made it as a standalone game, and they did. They released it as a offline RPG for Shadowrun, right, as a tabletop game. But yes, we have Shadowrun renewed or 6th edition. But Traveller is another one that has come back to life. And now, this week, we have the release of Core Expeditions. Now, I do think they have packed a lot in to the initial re-release and updating. And however, these are not time-limited releases, so you don't have to rush out. And I do suggest you wait for the specials. I like Shadowrun too. I have not played. I have played all editions except for 6. I have not played 6. Oops, let's see. Yeah, I like the Shadowrun setting. Or I liked the second. I think the first was too. I think the first was to death. Right? You rolled. You just had. It was a bucket of dice. You rolled, and basically you could be wiped, right? Someone could machine gun you and just go, oh, 1, 2, 3, roll, 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 and you are full of bullets. And you're not even, you haven't even drawn your gun. Second edition was very reasonably paced. Third, I think just I think second, third, and fourth are pretty similar to each other. It's the same thing though. It is uh, attribute plus skill, and you can have anywhere between 10 to 15 dice at any one roll. And it's success based, so how many successes you get instead of an overall target number. So a lot of people like that. There are a lot of D6 systems. It is actually first edition was based on loosely on other D6 systems. Shadowrun and most D6s do not vary each other that much. But I think the worst aspect, and correct me if I'm wrong, the worst aspect of Shadowrun is shotguns. You can either absolutely obliterate someone or completely miss at point blank range. There's just, that's, or you can spread and hit everybody in the room, or hit Higgly Piggly, and somehow someone can, you know, banana dance between, 100 pellets. No, shotguns are poorly handled. Um, second edition. Shotguns were easy. Just boom, one target, one shot, one kill. They were like the wonder weapon. They were the boomstick of infinite death. I love it. Then, that's based on Army of the Living Dead, the boomstick. And it is somewhat, I mean, you do have, multipliers where you can basically fill someone with a Ingram and just basically smart gun and walk down the street with smart gun and pretty much kill everything until you run into a what are they called again? The necro, uh, the technomancy necro bots. They're basically, you know, they got double the cyberware of everything else, and they're just basically, hi, I gotta do beryllium body. You hit me with a shotgun, I just look down and pick up my 50 cal and put one right through your skull at point blank range. Can't miss, and I roll 10. So I'm shooting you with a deadly weapon, and I roll 10 successes. So my double triple D bullet, you have to roll 20 successes on your 3 dice of your 3 body to survive. So, yeah, a lot of. But that's Shadowrun. It is a deadly, fast paced game. Traveller is very similar in deadliness at times, but it is more a slow meander. And the core expeditions for Traveller is an updated adventure set with the Ancients. Now, the Ancients were introduced in the Traveller Traveller reboot that was a couple of years old now. I'm not sure. It was first introduced as a standalone module. Then they created a core campaign around the Return of the Ancients, which was a recent bundle of holding. I covered that a few months ago. Now, since then, they've started to update older Traveller and bring in new material. They are hoping to expand, of course, the Traveller universe, because it is actually pretty small comparatively to some of the other sci-fis. But this takes travelers on 8 expeditions, discovering anomalies, ships, vehicles, animals, robots, and more. It's basically, this is expanding the Traveller universe. Doesn't say if it's which part. So I think it's just around the gaps in the core by the looks of it, but it hasn't explained itself very well. Now, another one making a return is BattleTech. That has been dormant for a while as well. Here we have a new manual from BattleTech, again from Catalyst. I think Catalyst and Mongoose. Catalyst Game Labs is the one who now has the Shadowrun. And they have produced a bunch of material there. And now they've come back to where they all started, was the BattleTech reboot with the I think 6 months ago they brought out the new technical manuals. Though here we have some soldiers who fight for king and country, some for glory and honor and glory, liberty your loved ones, but whatever you fight for. Yeah, for 40 centuries, mercenaries have plied their trade and have been instrumental in toppling empires or holding the tides of war at bay. Yeah, that's exactly what BattleTech is. It is mercenaries, and this is about mercenaries of the inner sphere. This is a manual that takes you a look at renowned mercenary companies in the 31st century. Now, I think this is like they've advanced. So I think the last BattleTech, so you got the original, which is centuries ago now, like 400 years. Then you've got the core battles, which are like a whole bunch of campaigns, which primarily rising and falling of the and splitting of the houses of the sphere, the great scattering, the realignment of powers, and now of course everything. Then you had a whole bunch of other wars, and now you've got mercenaries who pretty much sell to the highest bidder. And this is for the new core rulebook is Total War, and the campaign Alpha. I think Total War is the new handbook. So you do need these two for this one. Now, BattleTech is slightly cheaper than Shadowrun and definitely way cheaper than Traveller. Role playing in most games these days, you are buying printed is just prohibitive cost. But a lot of your role playing independence, this just updated. The Traveller Encounter Toolkit. This is for D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. These are tables for system-agnostic ventures. These are create an adventure, the what if. What's inside? No prep required adventures, combat tags, straight to the chaos, 20 pages of meaningful content, works with any fantasy tabletop out of the box. If you know what to do, all you have to do is flip a page and go straight into combat. Just drop them into a encounter, has samples. It is system agnostic, so you're not going to say it's not going to say, "Hey, roll survival," and you're going to go, "How do I do that?" There's no survival roll in 5th edition. Well, it is. It's called a death save. But yeah. So this is an interesting system agnostic RPG expansion. Now, first off, you have the PDF file for £9. That's about 18 Australian dollars right now. And I am skint. Now there's an expanded version, 15. It's about 30, not 28. There's a transfer fee. So there's 20 backers limited. You get the legendary version, higher tier with your name and credits, including your counter, etc. Now, unlike most RPGs, okay, most are professionals who've done this multiple times. They have 100% backing almost on day one. But this is actually getting there. This is actually gone up since the start. When I started this was not 868. It's gone up again. It was actually below $100. It's gone up by a lot of backers. And it's only got 4 days to go. It's a short one. Big risk to take a short campaign. But yeah, they've made it. They've made their goal. There's not much to this, but it is amazing. And for a quick Kickstarter, yeah, great to get started. Oh, I've got an update on one of the Kickstarters that I've backed in the past. Now, yeah. Now, of course, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Now, let's just roll back here. And I have to scroll down. All right. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate Maiko Diamond over at one of the people over at the YouTubes. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate it. And I got a new subscriber as well. Thanks, USA Libertarian. I appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, so hopefully I will be better at using this this new version of Studio and not so clumsy. But I still have to do audio checks. Yeah, have a good one yourself. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Uh, if there's anything you'd like me to cover, absolutely, just let me all know. So, like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments. It helps with the algorithm. It lets YouTube know that you're a real person and not a bot. Coming up in YouTube, there's unfortunately going to be a lot more ads. Allegedly, they're going to put 2 in the front, 2 at the back. They're going to be unskippable. So, like, you can watch for less than a minute. And when you go to leave, it's going to hit you with ads. This is alleged what YouTube Insider has put out. If it may not bother you, but it may hurt small channels. Who knows? But you support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy merch. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video. Yes, you have a good one too, Micra.